Hi, welcome. I'm Owen Ryan and I'm a Rolfer in Tempe in Arizona. I'm here today with Kimra Zadig, who's a Pilates teacher. And Kimra's just finished a 10 series of Rolfing with me, and she's been kind enough to drop in today just to give us some feedback on what her experience and the process that evolved from doing the 10 series. So welcome. Good to see you, Kimra. Thank you for showing up today.
Thanks. I'm glad to be here.
Awesome. So I'm just going to begin, Kimra, and just explore, I'm curious to know, what is it that brought you into Rolfing at the very beginning?
What brought me in here is I knew I still had a few imbalances in my body. I felt that there was still some tension that I couldn't release even through regular movement patterns that I have been doing for years. I still felt like there was something I was missing that I wasn't quite able to get, and Rolfing has done that.
And if you were to speak to others about Rolfing, which I'm sure you do in your Pilates teaching capacity, what would you tell them about Rolfing? Why would they want to come, and what type of people would you suggest Rolfing to?
Well, I would say if you have any kind of discomfort or pain, for sure, I would seek out a Rolfer, especially somebody as talented as Moylan. But I think it's for everybody. I would recommend it for everybody. There's torsion and tension in our body that we are really not aware of, that I really wasn't aware of until he released it. And if I may use his analogy, it's like wearing a pair of pants that are too tight, and you don't realize they're too tight until you take them off. That's what he's given to me, is this release and this freedom where I didn't realize I had so much tension in the body.
And I think, that's the focus for me as a Rolfer, is to be able to help people to move beyond their conditioning, the imposed contraction, and being able to experience a sense of greater liberation, emancipation, so they can powerfully experience an expanded version of themselves. This is why I do what I do. So would you be willing to share with us, your own experience as you went through the 10 series and what it is that you're left with?
Yes, absolutely. First of all, you get to know your body a lot more with him working on all parts of the body. You understand where you're tight and where you're holding the tension. For me personally, it was my thoracic spine, thoracic extension mostly. And the benefit to him working on me is now I breathe deeper. I can breathe like I've never breathed before. So huge benefits to me. That's why I recommend this for everybody, because I don't think we sometimes even realize how much tension we're holding. And with him working your whole body, you get to discover with him, you work together, it's a team. You get to discover where you're tight, where you need to work, where your focus needs to be. And then the beauty is at the end, you get this awesome freedom feeling in the body.
And a lot of people, Kimra, would you agree with this? A lot of people, when you mention Rolfing, first of all, people are unsure as to what it is, the process of Rolfing. And others who are familiar with Dr. Rolf's work, what they do is they associate pain and discomfort, and this often deters them from coming for treatment. And I'm just wondering what your experience around that issue of pain and discomfort was.
Yes, absolutely. When I first heard of Rolfing, it was like 5-10 years ago. I heard the same thing. Everybody said, "Oh, it's painful. Oh, it's painful." It is painful, but it's pain that's temporary, and it comes with huge benefits. So I would say that pain is a teacher. Pain is going to show you what you need to work on, where you're weak, maybe where you need a little bit more stretching, whatever it is. It's the pain. If you've heard that it's painful, just know that it's temporary, and it's so worth it.
And I think, to support what Kimra is saying, it's important as a Rolfer that I am mindful to evoke change rather than enforce change. And there's a difference, and as Kimra referred to a while ago, we're working in tandem together. So it's an opportunity for us to co-create this massive change that is experienced not just alone in the body, but in the mind as well. And as we come to a finish of this, I'm just wondering if you'd be willing to take a moment and tell us how the process of Rolfing may have contributed to change in your personal professional, and even in your relationships? And do you notice any shifts and changes in those capacities?
Actually, I do. He also says that this process is ever unwinding, so it continues even after your session. Personally, though, I have to say that the breathing is huge for me. Being able to take a full breath and not feeling any restriction has been a gift, a huge gift. Professionally, I would say that it's helped me understand my body a little bit more, and since I work with other bodies, I have a clearer vision. I can see in other people's bodies a little bit more tension that I probably did not see before because I was harboring tension. So now that that tension has gone from me, I'm able to see it professionally with my clients. And then just as in relationships, I'm more at ease in my whole life. So every relationship I'm dealing with, I am so much calmer since doing Rolfing. It's definitely a mind-body type of exercise where after Rolfing, my body and my mind are much more in sync. So I feel calmer and more at ease. So I'm sure my relationships are better.
And that's the beauty of the Rolfing process, because my focus is on helping people to recalibrate their nervous system. And in today's world, people are caught up in anxiety, stress, fear. And this brings us into what's called sympathetic type of activation. So a person is always on edge, easy to trigger them, very reactive. And what Kimber has discovered through the process of Rolfing is to be able to shift the mindset by making better choices, being able to remain centered in times of duress and challenge, and being able to make good choices that brings her into a place of relaxation and availability. And that's why what's interesting, Kimber, is that not only are we available to ourselves, but we're available to others at the same time in a relationship.
Absolutely.
Well, Kimber, it's been a pleasure to have you here with me. I look forward to participating in your Pilates classes soon. And thank you so much for journeying with me and for allowing me to mentor you as we explored a new landscape and territory and arrived at a new destination. So thank you so much.
It was my pleasure. It really has been a pleasure working with Moylan. He's knowledgeable on so many levels, and like I tell everybody, this is a gift that you will give yourself that you will never regret. So I hope you do it. Thanks, Moylan.
And thank you so much, Kimber. Thank you.